everybody, Avery Gonzalez here. Welcome back to InspirACTION. Doing something brand new every single day that I have never done before. I'm cutting this video now, but I really don't think it's going to be up till probably Sunday. Got a pretty busy week end ahead, and I got work, and I want to go to sleep. I didn't get much sleep last night. Regardless, anyway, here we go. Boom. Gotta thank my good friend, my new friend, Jay Brown, for the inspiration in creating this post. This is my first unofficial guest post on somebody else's website, so we're going to go to the backstory, what happened to Jay and I, start with why I was really upset in the beginning, and then quickly realized why I should be and am very thankful for what Jay has done for me. In the end, I want to wrap it up by talking about why this is so important in social media marketing, network marketing, etc., online in general, blogging. All this is going to be interconnected, but also related spiritually to the Tao Te Ching, one of my favorite verses here that I'll read to you at the end. So, like I said, this is my first unofficial guest post. I had no idea it went up. I got this ping back on my site this morning, and it said, you know, so-and-so has linked back to your site, and I went to go check it out, and I'm like, whoa. This person took every bit of my content, copied and pasted it onto their site. And I was pretty upset with that at first. I actually wrote a status about it and asked people's opinion, like, should I contact this person? What should I do? So, over here at thesundanceking.com, you can see right here, this is Jay's site, or at least he's a guest writer on it, I believe. Anyway, he's taken my post and, like, copied the whole entire thing right here. Although, I want to note that he has shouted me out incredibly well right here. So, initially I was pretty upset, and I was like, you know what, this is my content. When in college were you ever allowed to say, you know, quote, like do your intro and then quote an entire essay and then end quote and then give your conclusion on somebody else's essay? Like, that is still plagiarism. That was the first thought that went into my mind, and I was like, dude, come on. So, but as things like kind of sort of progressing over the next like few moments, and I realized like, wow, I probably shouldn't have sent that email to Jay. You know, while Jay can probably say that I was pretty respectful, diplomatic, there was a sense of like, what are you doing, man? You should really change stuff up, rephrase it. Like, this is not right, you know. And so Jay and I have worked things out. I think we're pretty square now. I got to be pretty thankful for what Jay has done. I think the initial reaction is to be like, dude, you copied my stuff, and that was my initial reaction. This has not happened to me before, to my knowledge at least. But why I should be super thankful and why I am? Dude! Okay, first things first, on Jay's site, my article got 21 Facebook shares and 5 retweets, versus 3 and 3 on my site. Okay, that's reason number one. Internet marketing, social media marketing, etc. If you're putting your content out there, be ready for it to get shared. When somebody else puts it up for you and they get more shares than you do, you need to bow down and give some respect. And so, Jay, mad respect. And, you know, even though I was a little upset in the beginning that we hadn't even networked or connected at first, I'm kind of glad that you just went out there and did it, because now we have this post too, right? Additionally, got to be thankful because now your network has seen some of my stuff, and now I'm going to push some of my network over to see your stuff. So this is the joining of two networks, and this is how this stuff happens. Jay gave a lot of credit to my post, and so I have nothing to be upset about. There are link backs, everything, etc. And so, thank you again, Jay. I want to end with a verse from the Tao Te Ching. I'll also have the writing for you on the short link that I have right here over at my site, so that you can read it later if you want. And I quote, "The master, by residing in the Tao, sets an example for all beings. Because he doesn't display himself, people can see his light. Because he has nothing to prove, people can trust his words. Because he doesn't know who he is, people recognize themselves in him. Because he has no goal in mind, everything he does succeeds." That's the first part. And I want to stop by saying, it is an example of what Jay and I have created today. Think about that. And secondly, when the ancient masters said, if you want to be given everything, give everything up. They weren't using empty phrases. Only in being lived by the Tao can you truly be yourself. So what does that mean? If you want to be given everything, give everything up. I believe this has all of its spiritual implications as well as its business implications, but we know that they both go together. In social media, for instance, we only listen to people that we know, like, and trust. And so what are the best ways to do that? Well, you give people free content. You give of yourself, whether it's your product or just you and your life. People love that, and they're only going to tune in when you're doing that for them. Spiritually, the same is true. You want to think about attracting abundance and wealth into your life. How could you do that without giving so much into others? So I think my lesson, this whole thing, should be more sharing. Nothing is mine. Everything I create is of our universe, and what is mine is yours. And it really should be that way, even though we tend to cling to things. So I'm going to keep working on that. Jay, thanks again. I encourage the rest of you to connect with Jay. Go to thesundanceking.com and see what he's got going on over there. I think it's a beautiful thing, but you have to explore that yourself. Thanks again. Have another one coming right back at ya pretty soon. Peace.